I really have to say I pretty much did it my way. And I was criticized for that early on in my career. I was young and aggressive, had a coaching background, realized that I couldn't coach every player, that my assistants had to help me. So I adapted that same principle to the racehorse industry. And I started interviewing really sharp young guys that were ambitious and eager to make their mark, and then coaching them through our operation, getting them to drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. Thought, you know, our legacy may be as much for turning out top assistants as it would be for all the champions that we had. I mean, people are starting to relate to that. As you get older, they turn and say, well, that guy went through that program, he worked for Wayne, and so forth. And it's really been very gratifying to see that. It wasn't as difficult as you think. Everybody had to have a great work ethic. I worked them right into the dirt. I always tell them, we're only going to work half days. What you do with the other half is up to you. 12 hours. If we're going to put in 12 hours, and whatever you do with the other 12 is up to you. So we worked them hard, and we expected a lot from them, and they handled it. Got a little bit of a corporate image. People would say, well, I don't know if he's a horse trainer, but he sure is a good organizer and's got a corporate mentality and an organizer, you know, and a great manager. We got a lot of that. And then these champions started coming along, one right after the other, and I think we overcome that over years. The idea of running at a major racetrack against the best trainers in the world, and that competitiveness in me is what drove me and the passion. I enjoyed every big race a little bit more than any of the third races on Wednesday, for example. More than anything. For every stakes winner, every champion of our 26 Eclipse champions, Horse of the Year, none of that stands up to the fact that I can watch Todd Pletcher and Karen and Dallas Stewart and Mike Maker and George Weaver and those guys go over there. And I looked at a stakes race at Saratoga and I thought, oh my gosh, there's 5 of my guys in here and there's only 9 horses. You know, when I say my guys, they'll all have one in there. And for Todd to break all of my records, and which I think he eventually will, there's some of them might stand for a little while, but it's very gratifying. I love it. I love it. I think any of the major stakes, the Traverse or the Hopeful or, you know, the Belmont or any of those always stand out. They're the ones where the pictures are still on the wall. I think my Belmonts themselves, the race itself, the Belmont Stake is a great memory. I think next year, I think I got a great shot to win it next year. I love my 2-year-olds better than my 3-year-olds right now. I really like my 2-year-olds. And no, I wake up every, around February, and I realize that I'm going to take another run at it. I really feel I'll win another one, maybe a couple. I'm going pretty good. My stable's smaller, but my quality's pretty good right now.